If you're just here for the battles, check the description for the timestamps for each battle. I'm going to be talking about this team for a little bit. This was a team that made top 8 at the Taiwan National Tournament. This was piloted by, I believe it's pronounced Pai-Yu, but please correct me if I'm wrong. I am American, so I am terrible at pronouncing really anything other than English names, but that's besides the point. This is a really cool team with Ditto as kind of a counter to almost everything, right? It's classic Miraidon with the specs, with the Volt Switch Discharge dishing out insane amounts of damage. Whimsicott has some of the normal moves with Moonblast, Tailwind, and Encore, but it has Worry Seed instead, which actually I was able to use in a battle that kind of helped out, to be honest with you. Like, it was really good. It was super, super fun. It also was Iron Crown, which of course has the synergy with the Hadron Engine from Miraidon, and Terra Ground, Terra Blast is really cool for Miraidon mirror matchups. Also for Koraidon, I feel like it could be pretty good. And of course, you know, before we get to the Ditto, there's the Ogerpon, Ursaluna, kind of normal stuff. Ursaluna is a little different because it has the Assault Vest and it has the Vacuum Wave, so it's a little slightly different because normally it's like Life Orb without Vacuum Wave, so pretty cool. But the Ditto is what's super exciting. Ditto usually has Choice Scarf because you want to try to copy your opponent's restricted and then just hit before your opponent hits, right? But this one has Focus Sash instead. And Ditto is such an interesting counter to the meta because you're able to technically have 2 restricteds to your opponent's 0, or to your opponent's 1, excuse me, if you're able to pivot it incorrectly. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to do it perfectly within the battles, but I was able to do it in a position that suited me very well, that actually put me into a great position. So even if you can't get your opponents restricted, it can still put you in a very good position, which is what I thought was really cool. And I'm so glad I was able to actually use it within battles, because it is kind of a niche Pokemon to bring, right? Especially when it's like you always want to have Miraidon. You probably want to always be bringing Whimsicott. It's just such a strong Pokemon. And then with the synergy with Iron Crown and Miraidon, with Ogerpon having Follow Me, and with Ursaluna being a bit of a check to Trick Room, it's like, it's hard to fit Ditto in there, but you can, and it works super well. This is a super fun team. If you want, the rental code is on the other side. It's on the left-hand side. Look at that. Pointed to it correct the first time. And I'll also put it into the description below as well. But let's get into some battles. It has been a while for us battling, and let's take a look. This is a interesting team with Mewtwo, Scizor, King Gambit. This is pretty cool. So I think that Miraidon's nice here because we don't have to really worry about Trick Room, I don't think. I don't see Trick Room, right? Like, that's kind of what I'm always worried about. And to be honest with you, how good is Ditto here? Like, I would love to be able to bring Ditto, but I don't know if Ditto's all that good, considering that if we try to swap in to get Mewtwo on the Imposter, then, well, King Gambit and Scizor can probably hit for super effective. So I think we lead with a normal kind of classic Miraidon lead. The Whimsicott does have Worry Seed though, which will be cool. We just got to worry about, you know, Protects and some Terra Grounds, because Melodic could be Terra Ground. Now, I do like do I like Cobalion here? Because it is Terra Ground, and because we could just do Ursaluna instead, so we could free up our Terra for another. And let's go with Cornerstone. I don't know if that's necessarily the best. I kind of panicked there at the end because we only have 4 seconds. I don't know how I don't know how well this is gonna go, but that doesn't matter. All that matters is that you have fun, okay? Just have fun battling. And if you don't have fun battling, don't do it, because then it just feels bad. That's a cool trainer card. Sarah Ledge looks so freaking cool on trainer cards and stuff. Okay, so we're seeing here the Whimsicott and the Mewtwo. Now, here's the big thing, right? We have the ability to just Volt Switch. Now, I highly doubt that, you know, we could just go for a Terra Electric Volt Switch right away. Now, this could be like a Terra Ground, Terra Blast Mewtwo, right? I don't know what Mewtwo has. Like I said, I think I said, I have not done battles in a bit, so I could not be up to date on my Mewtwo meta. That's the word I'm looking for. So I almost like the idea of swapping into Ogerpon and kind of just going for a safe Volt Switch into the Whimsicott. Now, the Whimsicott could protect. So if we see the protect, I kind of just want to go... I want to go for this because I'm worried about, like, a Terra, right? Okay, so either we speed type or this Whimsicott is faster. Probably their Whimsicott's faster, but we'll see in the subsequent turns. No Terra means I could have freely Volt Switched into the Mewtwo, so I'm a little bummed I didn't. But number one, I did not want a Terra because I didn't want to just waste a Terra first turn, right? And number two, I didn't, you know, I just don't know what this Mewtwo is because there's crazy tech on ladder. Okay, and see, there's the Earth Power. So I probably should have gone into the Ursaluna. That would have been best, but hey, you know, it is what it is because it is AV. So going into, so I think what we could do is let's Encore the Whimsicott actually, because then that could, we could either see a Force out, you know, the Whimsicott could swap out, but if you go for another attack into our Ogerpon, we're kind of sitting pretty. So, but you don't perfection, because you probably just go for another Earth Power if I'm being completely honest. So that, you know, that does nothing. I love to see it. Goes for the Aura Sphere into, okay, so we definitely do not want to swap. That's the biggest thing, is we do not want to swap. I almost want to just go for a Horn Leech, and then we could go for kind of a Moonblast. Let's just double the Mewtwo, because this Whimsicott has to swap out. It has to swap out, or it's just going to continue clicking Tailwind, so we have a free turn to try and get some damage into the Mewtwo. Now, we could have gone for an attack into the Whimsicott, right, to, like, knock it out, but I would rather try to have some, you know, have the ability to, you know, try to get some damage going around. So, okay, nice. I like that. Oh, that is a huge special attack drop. That is a huge special attack drop. Honestly, that probably keeps us around. That is amazing. And we get the Horn Leech. Oh, we don't get the knockout. So here's the thing, right? We will be faster with our... Oh, see, okay, let's take a look at, whoopsies, what our, so you have one turn of Tailwind left, we have one turn of Tailwind left. So, if you swap out, right, so if I Moonblast and then I go for the Horn Leech, this would cover if you swap into your own Whimsicott. I could also just start going for discharges. So I'm going to say this is kind of free. We have not used... Okay, so he stays in. He's going to lose... Not both, because I doubt Horn Leech is going to pick up the knockout into Melodic. But we at least get rid of his Mewtwo. And let's see how much damage we do to this Melodic. We do a lot, but we get our Sturdy back, which is super nice. We get enough recovery to get Sturdy back. Probably an Icy Wind maybe comes out. No, an Ice Beam into... Oh my gosh, you kept my Whimsicott around? That means that we're going to be able to match Tailwinds this next turn. Unless you go for, let's say, a Taunt Ice Beam. But I just don't really foresee you going for like a Taunt Ice Beam. Now, you could bring out your own, so you bring out your own King Gambit, okay, to kind of go for a stagger. I like that. So it could be a Sucker Punch, right? We could see a Sucker Punch, and I say let's go for Follow Me, and let's go for a Tailwind. Because Ogerpon's kind of done what I needed Ogerpon to do, and I'm worried about like a Sucker Punch Ice Beam, right? I don't care too much on... Okay, so there are no Sucker Punches. So that's a little unfortunate. We might... The Follow Me might... Nope, there's the Sucker Punch. Okay, I'm just bad with my... I'm just bad. But I think that's kind of huge because we stay around, we get our recovery again. or sorry, not a recovery, but we get some good stuff. So now, honestly, I kind of see them clicking. I really do see them clicking Sucker Punch again, right? I see an Ice Beam Sucker Punch. So what if I just Spiky Shield and then I go into our Ursaluna? Now, they could call this, go for like a Kowtow Cleave, go for a Swords Dance, and, you know, go for something. But I want to try and keep the Pokemon around for as long as possible. Okay, goes for the Sucker Punch again, so we predicted that. I'm just worried about what this Ice Beam... Okay, the Ice Beam went... That's perfect. That's literally perfect, because now we still have speed control. Ursaluna should be faster. I'm not super worried about Melodic. Like, I probably should be, but I'm honestly more worried about this King Gambit because we have our oh, we have Miraidon in the back is what I was trying to say for this Melodic. Now, neither of us have used our Terras. So, I almost like the idea of going for Follow Me so you can't get a hit off. And then I could go... See, Vacuum Wave is kind of interesting. I kind of want to go for an Earth Power into the King Gambit. We could see a Protect here. But I want to go for an Earth Power into the King Gambit. I'm not sure what this King Gambit has. So it goes for the Sucker Punch again. We're just making it... We're just wasting its time, which is what's awesome. Okay, so that's not AV. It could be like Black Glasses or something on the King Gambit. And then we see the Ice Beam come out. Probably what I want to do is... Oh, that nice crit. Is bring out... I can't remember what our speed turns are. Let's see. Does it pewter out? Because if it doesn't pewter out here... It does not. So I think this is what we do, right? I'm going to Terra Electric our Miraidon. Because with Terra Electric... We're just going to start nuking stuff. And we can freely discharge next to our... next to our Ursaluna, right? Even if you have a crazy, you know, even if you got something crazy. Now, here's also the thing. I am not super worried about the opposing Whimsicott. Like, what's Whimsicott gonna do? Moonblast, drop our special attack? Ooh, it might. Do we want a Vacuum Wave? Well, Vacuum Wave won't go before Whimsicott, right? Like, I don't think it will. Let's try it. Why not? Let's try it. So we're going to Terra first. We are faster, unless they would... No, even if they Terra'd their Whimsicott, we would still be faster. So, you know, we could see like a Terra Grass come out from the Melodic. That would be the only thing that would be a little scary. Okay, so it still gets off the Tailwind, so now it's kind of, you know, everything's equal here. I thought maybe Vacuum Wave could be faster. What's nice, though, is that we do get the knockout on Whimsicott, so it'll still be a spread discharge, but it should move first. Oh. Oh, yes, sorry. It moves first. Sorry, for some reason, I was expecting to see Miraidon, not the Melodic, but it's not effective yet, and it just nukes the Melodic, because there was no Terra from their side. So, I mean, that was a clean game. I don't think there was really any other way we could have played better, other than probably on the turn, you know, the first switch. If I had just gone for the Terra Electric Volt switch into the Mewtwo, I think we would have just immediately won. I also think probably going into the Ursaluna would have been a safer bet, just because that Earth Power wouldn't have done nearly as much, but because we were AV on our Ursaluna. But I think, you know, we still played pretty well. We pivoted where we needed to go. Ogerpon clutched out some amazing hits, and I think, you know, we read our opponent's calls kind of perfectly for what we thought they were going to go for. So I think that's almost about as perfect as you can get for a first game, other than maybe a couple of plays we could have done to clean it up. But that really just shows kind of the power, again, the power of Miraidon, and it really shows how good this is as a control team. But hopefully in this next match, we will be able to see the Ditto being brought. So let's take a look at the next battle. we are going up against a Shadow Rider Calyrex. So 110% looking at this team, we are bringing Ditto, which is super exciting that we can showcase Ditto. I'm very, very excited. Now, the question is, what do we want to lead here? Because you look at, my opponent looking at my team is thinking, okay, well, we're going to see Miraidon being led, and we're going to be seeing, probably like Miraidon, Whimsicott, Miraidon, Iron Crown. I doubt they would be calling us leading, Miraidon and Ditto. So, that being said, we're going to see Rillaboom. Now, do we think we're going to see Calyrex Rillaboom? Do we think we're going to see... Now, we could see Calyrex Rillaboom because Rillaboom would be able to go for fake outs. So we could instead go for our own. So we could go for our own and do a Ditto. But that's the thing, right? Is we have to call where the Ditto's going into. So I don't really like the idea of, calling the Ditto, right? So I think what we do is I think we lead with... Now we lead with the Miraidon and the Whimsicott. We bring Ditto in the back. Now, do we want Ursaluna or do we want... You know what? I'm going to bring Iron Crown instead. So the reason why I want to do Miraidon Whimsicott is because Whimsicott has the Covert Cloak. So it can't be faked out. I can get Tailwind set up. Meaning I could bring in Ditto into the Calyrex matchup as long as it's in the correct double slot. It has the Focus Sash, so it could take an Astral Barrage. It's Landorus Rillaboom, so that's actually super, super interesting because we're going to be seeing the Earth Power come out from the Landorus. Now, that definitely makes sense, fake out Earth Power. So, unfortunately, we don't have anything good to really swap in other than, the Ditto isn't bad, which is kind of nice. And then what we could do is we could Worry Seed the Landorus. The reason why Worry Seed's going to be good on the Landorus is because it's going to get rid of its sheer force, so it's going to take damage from the Life Orb. If it's Life Orb, I mean, most Incarnate, if not all, are going to be the Life Orb. And I don't really think, you could call this swap, go for the Sludge Bomb into the Whimsicott, but it's too nice seeing an Earth Power. Like, you have to punish with the Earth Power. So I really feel like it's going to be safe going for the Worry Seed. And then this Earth Power is not going to be as much. See, it goes for the fake out there. We still get off this Worry Seed, though, which is awesome because Covert Cloak is great. Now we might be seeing the Sludge Bomb into the Whimsicott, which is scary. That is the one thing that is going to be scary. Nope, we still see the Earth Power, which is fantastic. That's a lot of damage, but it's not too bad because, we are able to kind of take some of that, mitigate some of that. So now, here's the question, right? I want to get up the Tailwind. Now, you probably go for a U-turn of your own with Rillaboom, and you go for maybe... you could either go for a Sludge Bomb or you could go... So I think I'm going to actually U-turn and then I'm going to go for a Tailwind. Now, what this probably means we're going to be losing the Whimsicott, but if you go for the Sludge Bomb into the Ditto slot, then that means that we are going to... Because I'm probably going to pivot into Miraidon, right? I think Miraidon is going to be a safe bet because you're not going to Earth Power that slot again. You're probably going to be expecting a fake out into the Landorus. So that's why I think that... And we also see a Terra, which is kind of nice. Terra into Terra Ghost. Okay. So we also baited that a little bit, which is cool. But in my opinion, I'm okay taking the hit. Should I be okay taking the hit? Maybe not, but I think that, this will be a pretty good... This should be okay. Hopefully. We shall see. I don't know if it will be. Now, we could also go into our Terrakion. Ooh. So this, just to mitigate the damage we would take. No, actually, no, let's swap in. Let's swap into the Miraidon because most likely we will be safe. Like, we're not going to be taking an Earth Power. There's no way we take an Earth Power here. If we do, I'm going to be very sad. Now, we could take, like, a... okay, we take the Sludge Bomb. Okay, so swapping into Terrakion would have made it better, because that is a lot of damage. We would have only taken the U-turn. We would have kind of gotten it for free. But this means that most likely they're going to swap into their... They're going to swap Rillaboom back in this upcoming turn, meaning that we can kind of get... get some stuff. So speed was heightened, which is not great. Now, I don't know if I do go for a Volt Switch. So I'm going to go for a Volt Switch. Now, I don't know if I do go for a Worry Seed. I don't know if that means it would get rid of the Photosynthesis boost. I don't think it would, right? I don't think that it would get rid of the Proto boost. Honestly, we should probably Terra Electric, to be completely honest with you. Would it get rid of the Proto boost? I don't think it would, so... Let's just go for a Moonblast. I don't like this play, but I don't think... I mean, maybe Worry Seed does. Let me know in the comments down below if Worry Seed actually does get rid of the Photosynthesis boost here. I just don't... Oh, it would. I completely threw. It actually would. Oh, it doesn't matter. We're still faster, but but it would, because it's not like a +1 stat boost, right? It's not like a +1 stat boost. It's not something like that. It's a... Yeah, okay. Well, that's unfortunate. But hey, that's fine. That is a-okay. I think I'm going to be fine bringing in... You know, here's the thing, right? Do I bring in... Because if you're going for a Sludge... Like, because you could be going for a Sludge Bomb into the Whimsicott, but if you're going for an Earth Power, I would rather give up my Ditto than give up my... Yeah, I think I would rather give up Ditto here. Or maybe not, I don't know. I'd rather... But I think I would rather give up Ditto. Oh, that's super nice. That's super nice. Because, yeah, that's... I mean, it's just going to completely nuke... It's going to completely nuke our... Yeah. So, here's the question, right? Does our... So, our Tailwind does not pewter out yet. Meaning that with... So, we could see... We could see the Fake Out. So, I think probably what we do is we swap into... Yeah, we bring out our... Iron Crown here, because we need to waste the Fake Out, right? Like, I have to waste the Fake Out here. And with the Protect, we waste the Fake Out with... So I think... So, whoops, that's not what I wanted. So we have 2 more turns of Tailwind. So I can go for Protect here, and with the Moonblast... So you could Fake Out, and then... see, you probably call the Protect, though. You probably call the double Protect. Let's try to get damage into the Landorus, because the Landorus is way scarier. Landorus is way scarier. Use the Moonblast into the Lando slot. Goes for the Fake Out into the Protect, of course. Landorus is much scarier, so we definitely want to do the Moonblast. Maybe even pick up the Knockout. That's perfect. That is actually kind of perfect for us, because now we have Terrain Control. We have Tailwind. I like it. You know, we might not have full Tailwind usage, but okay. So this is still super scary. We have Speed Control, which is really nice. But how do I want to maneuver this? Because I'm trying to think of how... Because it's probably AV Rillaboom, right? Your AV Rillaboom, do you protect your Calyrex this turn? Because if we call the Protect on Calyrex, then I can just go for an Expanding Force and a Moonblast into the Rillaboom. Yeah, that's AV. There is no Protect. Oh no, I think we just lost. Oh, we did. It depends. It's going to depend on Yeah, this Astral Barrage is going to double pick up, and I think we just straight up lose, because Cali is faster. Dang, that's unfortunate. That is super unfortunate. What would have been the better play there? Swap into Miraidon? I don't know what would have been better. Yeah, because, you know, we needed a Tailwind, but now, I mean, Calyrex is probably going to be faster. Astral Barrage won't miss, so it's pretty much just go for a discharge and hope we knock out, right? But if it's, you know, it could be Sash, it could be whatever. So if it's faster, we automatically lose. If it's not faster, then... Okay, it's not faster, so here's a chance. There's still a chance we pick it up. Oh my gosh, yes! Oh, we were dooming for no reason. Miraidon is goated. It is not a sashed Calyrex. That means we win. I'm not gonna lie to you, my heart is thumping right now because I kind of thought we lost that. But I don't know what that would have been. That could have been, it wasn't Life Orb. I don't know, my heart is thumping a little bit. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's thumping. Did we play that game perfect? I don't know, right? I think we played that pretty well. You know, kind of end all. I'm not sure how else we really could have pivoted with the 4 Pokemon that we brought, right? I'm not sure what else we really could have done. And it hinged a lot on whether or not we got the... we were faster out of Tailwind, so I'm so glad that we were. You know, I think sacrificing the Ditto instead of the Iron Crown was definitely the play. You know, I think our lead was really good. I think we kind of, I honestly, I feel like we played that as well as we could have. I think, you know, maybe the play to double into the Rillaboom, because the thing is, right, is we had the speed, so that's really the turn where, okay, well, maybe do we double into the Calyrex instead, right? Do we go for the Moonblast and then the Tachyon Cutter? That's 3 hits into the Calyrex. Maybe that was the play instead of going into the Rillaboom, because maybe we could have been able to one-shot the Calyrex, but I was worried that the Calyrex was going to go for a Protect, because I was kind of reading Protect on the Calyrex and then going for like a Wood Hammer with the Rillaboom into the Whimsicott to try and get the knockout, right? Because then the next turn, I either have to Encore or Tailwind, right? And Encore would have been the better of the 2 plays because it would have locked Calyrex in there, but I still, you're still playing for your opponent to misclick, and I easily could have misclicked getting greedy with going for, you know, a Tailwind. Tailwind probably still would have been good, right? Because Tailwind still would have given my Miraidon the speed control at the end, which would have allowed me to still get off that discharge, but it's a lot of mind games, and you never know. So maybe it was better going for the Tachyon Cutter and the Moonblast, but I didn't want to get screwed over by having the, you know, screwed over by Protect. And then who knows, maybe the Rillaboom had Stomping Tantrum. Some Rillabooms run Stomping Tantrum. So being a ladder game where it's close team sheet best of 1, you never know what you're going to go up against. Maybe, who knows, that could have been a super common team that people have seen that I should know the calcs against, and I should know what the moves are, but we didn't, so that in-game could have been better, maybe. Let me know what your thoughts are. Also, this is only going to be a 2-battle episode because I want to see how engagement works and everything with YouTube, and, you know, I did a recent poll, so I want to just kind of see how people like this. But thank you so much for watching. I was going on a little bit there, but please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and hopefully I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.